Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chaz here with another podcast for you, the One4EGO podcast. Today, we got a special guest, Just Be Talking, here to discuss the Flash movie. And spoilers, people. Spoilers, full spoilers today. Just Be Talking. Tell us about yourself, real quick. For people that don't know you.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
He's so stupid.
Y'all see me before. If you watch this channel, you've seen me on podcasts many times.
Yes.
I do. I've Just Be Talking. That's my talking channel where I
Yep.
talk about things that I watch. And then I got Just Be Gaming, where I game with One4EGO and other people, and we just make mad jokes. Check it out.
Yes.
Just Be Gaming, Just Be Talking.
Pretty convenient there. I like your name, just fits in right there. All right, so let's get right into this, man. So the Flash movie, as of right now, made 61 million at the box office this weekend, which they said that it's not looking good for it right now. For me, I think the word of mouth is going to help that boost for the next weekend after this. We waited a little bit till Monday now to talk about it,
Yeah.
because we wanted to see the numbers and how everything was coming out and get the real stories behind things that happened in the movie for the good and the bad. Um, let's get right into this. The beginning of this movie was just funny as hell, right? Like the intro to this movie was great. What was your favorite part? Like when in that beginning sequence from I guess we'll go from when Barry walks into the food place up until he's over there saving babies. What was your favorite part of that whole sequence so far? That
My
part.
favorite part, I guess, was him saving the babies. I was like, how's he gonna go about this? Because it felt kind of comedic in the beginning. So I was like, what are they gonna do? Is he just gonna get to saving them? And no, he had to eat. And I was like, oh, this nigga's eating. And I was
Yo,
like,
it
oh
was
yeah,
great.
he has to replenish his
Recharge.
metabolism.
That
So
was awesome.
it made sense.
Yeah.
But the way he did it was like, what I like is, even though he's a jokester, they show that Barry Allen is an intelligent person because everything was calculated. He caught the baby in the microwave so it didn't burn. He threw the burrito so it moved something. I think the knives from hitting the other baby.
Yeah, it was
Everything
crazy.
was calculated and amazing.
Oh man, and then the dog and the nurse, and it was just that was a good like opening sequence. But for me, I honestly my favorite part was just hearing Alfred and getting the explanation because movies usually don't give you any explanation about what's going on with the other characters in this universe. I like how they just let Cyborg just like they never bring him up once, really, except for one time. Other than that, I like that they said Superman's saving some volcano, and then they said that Wonder Woman is not answering her phone. Batman is obviously doing something because Flash is going to help Batman. And Alfred is like, didn't bring up Aquaman. I don't think he did, right? In this situation. No. It seemed like all the Justice League were busy. So we fell into that. The girl screaming for Flash. Oh my God, I love you. He's like, oh, is that food? Is that food? He was so hungry and his energy was depleted and everything. I really enjoyed Batflick, seeing him again for the one last time. I think he's the best Batman so far until we get this new Batman. Yeah.
You like Robert Pattinson more?
Robert. You know what? Robert Pattinson's a different taste. I think of him as punk Batman. Like he's like the Bruce Wayne before the way Batflick is. But he doesn't kill. So
Affleck is just not Batman to me.
he's what is
But
he
it's
like?
it's not Ben Affleck's fault. It's just all these fucking writers and the directors that keep giving shitty direction because they're like, oh, let's just be corny and funny.
Let's just be corny.
That's not Batman, bro. Like the scene with the lasso of truth around his hand. Like first, I'm like, why is he saying all this stupid shit?
Yeah.
I'll never say this. And I was like, oh, the lasso of truth. And I was like, but I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
That's the second time they did that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true. I honestly forgot about that scene. You just popped in my brain. I totally like burned that part of my memory of this movie.
Because it wasn't worth remembering.
Yeah, because it was the criminal was saying weird stuff, Flash was saying weird stuff, and Batman was saying weird stuff. Right?
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. I just the only thing that really took me out of that whole scene right there was when Flash made it back to the sandwich shop and the guy was still making a sandwich. There was definitely more time that passed by.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was definitely more time that passed by. Yeah, it was like
even though he has super speed, everything else wasn't happening at super speed. It was happening in real time, so that made no sense.
Exactly, it made no kind of sense. But the opening sequence was phenomenal. I did like how he slowed down time, and then in that matter of time, he found food to eat, and you saw him, I mean the paws, and he was just like, and then he's like saving the babies, putting him, because remember he can't touch anybody when he's running because he will disturb the molecules, make them throw up, and people do all that stuff. So that's why he had to use objects to catch the babies so he didn't hurt them, because he was moving so fast. I kind of enjoyed the lady screaming at the end. She was like, "Oh my God!" She's freaking. He's like, the Justice League is not really good at this yet. But yeah, sorry. He's like, I hope you have a good day. She sees some mental help because this is some really crazy trauma. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the bikes. I mean, the bike scene was pretty cool with Batman, right? Riding that bike around. And then like even when the little things where he was turning the corner and the jet was flying out to like counterbalance him, and he was like, and then like the bullets are like shooting and everything. You're like thinking, okay, Batflick's just gonna blow everything up, right? But he learned. He's like learning to be a better Batman. He's
I
like,
was waiting
all
for you
right,
to say that shit.
yeah, he's learning to be a better Batman. And
Because I'm about to disagree with you right now.
and he shot that thing out to save the kids instead of shooting that thing and blowing them up. He shot the thing out to stop the tires to going in. And
I don't even remember that.
over it. Yeah, and then so they cut over. Because of him, he saved the kids. So
There's
Batflick was learning.
There's one part of it that I remember that I can't get out of my head because I was like, this nigga's still a fucking menace.
Well, what?
So while he's chasing the dudes in the truck,
yeah,
2 cars crash. So you got 2 unconscious people, right?
Yeah.
And what does Batman do? He rams right through them and destroys their cars. And niggas still innocent people.
Oh yeah,
he's not a superhero. He's a fucking murderer. That's why I don't like Batflick.
Yeah,
it's not Ben Affleck's fault.
I forgot about that.
They keep doing that shit. They just keep having murder people.
Like, get out my way, you already did.
He's like, get out of my way. I'm like, fuck, niggas supposed to be saving them people, bro.
Did you count how many cops died? Like they must have the worst pension plan at the Gotham State Department, whatever, the police department, Gotham Police Department, because there are so many cops that died in that first 5 minutes of that movie. They were just like, Batman's just like, it's fine, I'm Batman. Family. Then Flash, I think does Flash catch up to Batman and help him? No.
Yeah.
Is he
I mean, he gets there after Wonder Woman gets there.
Yeah. Well, Wonder Woman was out of nowhere. I'm happy they headed that scene from us. That kind of was like, I was like, oh shit, she's back again for this movie, another movie.
Word,
like,
it was better than Shazam's fucking cameo.
Yeah, she's like, I'm walking in. Oh, now I made him alive. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, that makes no damn sense.
And then you found out it was a body double, and it was just her face. Put it on there. It's crazy. But yeah, so Flash gets there. Batman catches the guy, the Falcones. There were Falcone guys apparently. So that's one little thing. Yeah, they're doing the Lasho Troop thing, and then you were like, oh, what the freak is going on? And then Barry's like, I guess he wanted to hang out with Batman, so I guess they hang out after, and they're discuss. What is he doing? What did he do? Did he run really fast? I got confused. Did he run really fast first, or did he talk to Batman?
I think he ran home and Batman met him over there in his car.
That's what it was.
But like that's another problem.
Oh no! He ran really fast, and he was like, "Oh snap! I can go back in time."
Before oh yeah, that's what they had the conversation. Why did he? How did he end up running like that? Oh, he was talking to his dad on the phone.
Yes, and he found out that it was a mistrial because of the evidence wouldn't stick because he never looked up on the camera. That's right. He was really.
And then he ran out of
he ran anger,
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he ran to the Snyderverse kind of moment, right? He did that, but he broke through that thing, and then he started going. He's like, "What the hell is this blue thing?" He's in the multiverse. He sees the multiverse around him. He's falling through. Then he gets into that bubble, and he starts running, and time is going. He's like, "What the hell?" And he's going. That was let me tell you, that sequence was amazing. I really enjoyed that, man. Like, the director came out and said, I made it that way. The CGI is all messed up because you're seeing from the perspective of Barry how he sees reality. And people are just like, no, you're just trying to make an excuse for shitty reality. I was like, what is it supposed to be like? It's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be weird. That's why everybody look all weird and bubbly and stuff. And that was pretty cool.
It didn't look weird to me. It was clear enough for me to know exactly what they're referencing, who they were. Listen, man.
He was the center of the universe, and he's the center of the universe. Every Flash is the center of every multiverse. That's
like at first I was bothered because I was like, okay, this is inconsistent. Because this is not how Zack Snyder did the back in time shit. Because Zack Snyder shit, everything just actually rewound.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, I'll accept it. New director, new artist direction.
Yeah.
But then like as the movie continued, I was like, okay, it makes sense because this is how he knows how far back in time he's going, what the different events are, how they each change and shit. Because it was in rows, so
Yeah.
it was the same thing in rows, but each row something was a little bit different. So it was all the attempts and shit. Yeah. So it was the same thing in rows, but each row was a little bit.
What? Oh, sorry. I was getting the reverb back on kick. My
Yeah,
bad,
what the fuck
dude.
is going on? Like,
It just popped up. My bad. It was you. No. So then he was going back in time. So you were saying discussing. He was doing the portal thing. He was like, "Oh man, I could do this." So then he went back to Batman and he said, "Hey
yeah,
man, listen. I'm able to. I can fix everything. I can fix it." Batman's like, "No, listen. Time. Even though you fix something, you step on a butterfly, you step on a piece of grass, it can throw off everything." And honestly, Batfleck as Bruce Wayne there was that was the best Bruce Wayne he did the whole time.
yeah.
Like he said it
I
himself.
agree.
He said that was a quote from Ben Affleck said, "This is the best Batman I've ever did."
Yeah,
Because it was. That was an awesome Batman. We got to see Batman in the daytime in a blue and gray suit going around not killing everybody and trying to murder people.
just a few.
Just a few. And then you got to see a great Bruce Wayne was just like, "Yeah, you're going to fuck up everything for us. Don't do it. We need these scars." And I love that callback for later when we get to it. That's a great callback. Like the scars is what makes you, and that's what makes the reality. And that Bruce Wayne is super smart because he knew what Barry can do. And Barry's like, "Okay, I won't do it." And then I guess he goes and he meets with Iris after the court thing. And then oh no, you see his job and how miserable he is at his job, right? Remember he was like, these people are still making fun of me. And then Iris is trying to get a quote from him, and he's like, no quotes. And then he's like, we'll meet up later. They meet up. She puts that thought in his head, like, you can just, he was just having this conversation with her, but actually having a conversation with himself, which was an awesome sequence. I like that. I like little things like that in movies. He's like, oh shit, I can do this. Yeah, all I got to do is move one little thing, and it can fix everything. And then she's like, Iris, I'll be right back. But in that sequence, right, of him and Iris being all bubbly and stuff, did you like how like he tried to clean up his whole house and then things just
start falling apart?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Because every guy does that, man. You throw everything in the closet, try to make everything look clean.
Sure,
He's just waiting for
messy ass dude. Sure.
Yeah. But I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that little sequence. What do you like Barry's and Iris' relationship, or you think they didn't stay there long enough for you to enjoy it?
I mean, it was like a cameo to me because it wasn't long enough. It didn't really build anything. Like unless you read the comics or watch the cartoons or watch the CW show and know that they're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it looks like you're giving me romantic interest, but then you're not following through on it because they did not follow through on that shit. She was there in the beginning.
Yep.
And then Flashpoint happens, and then he comes back to the main timeline and he just sees her note, and that's it. Boom, done.
Yeah, that was kind of wild.
So it was kind of pointless to have her there.
We'll get to that because I have a feeling I know why she wasn't there. But we'll get to that at the end of this. So after that, Barry decides to start running, and he runs, breaks the barrier again, and he starts looping back in time again. It's like, I can fix this. And I think the point he goes to is he's like, if my mother had a tomato soup, she would never get killed.
Yeah, because Dad would never left.
And Dad was never left. So he gives her, the baby's crying, gets in there. That's an awesome sequence. He's moving real fast, gets the tomato soup, puts it in her cart. And then he goes back, starts running. He's like, oh my God, my life, it's changing. It's getting better. Oh my God. Then all of a sudden you see this big dark eye, just hits him, knocks him out of the time zone. Boom, falls in. When that happened, did you see that coming? Did you see that was going to happen then?
No, I knew that there was going to be an evil Flash. I knew they were going to do Reverse Flash. I knew there was going to be some kind of evil Flash. I just didn't know when and how he was going to show up.
Yeah.
But I had an idea just because I felt like this evil Flash was going to be the reason that shit gets fucked up while he's running back in time. I just had a feeling. So when he showed up, like I wasn't expecting it to happen right then. But when it happened, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah. What was interesting, though, was his design. It kind of reminded me of Savitar, even though it's for different reasons why he had all that shit on him.
Yeah.
Because it was all bulky and it was all sharp and shit. I was like, oh, Savitar. I was like, oh, Evil Barry. Okay. It's not going to be Black Flash. It's Evil Barry.
Fact.
That I knew from the right then and there, I knew he was going to be Barry Allen.
Yeah. Did you think they were going to show Reverse Flash? At least like a cameo of him or something?
I was really hoping for Reverse Flash because I was hoping they're gonna show Reverse Flash be the one that killed his mom.
Yeah, yeah.
And
What
like they never showed her, like they never showed you how she died. So I was like, okay, maybe it'll come later, and he just never showed up.
and that's my one gripe around this movie is that he never really wanted to figure out who killed his mom. It was like really weird, really strange. It's like they were holding that back because it was in the concept art. They were planning on it, but it just seemed like they just took it out because I guess it was too much going on in the movie, which I respect because Reverse Flash is a big ass villain, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, they need to in the second one. If it's not even Ezra Miller, they do another one. If they do that fight scene from Injustice when they're running around the planet, fucking each other up in the street and all that stuff, that is. Do you know what I'm talking about? When Reverse Flash
on the highway when they're fighting the highway,
and they're just doing combos and shit. I need to see that. I need to see that. But we get him knocked into another timeline. You like, okay, he's stuck. He went to a little too early, so he's when he's little, so everything's cool. So he walks into his house. His parents are looking at him like, "What are you doing here? Why do you got a beard? Why do you look so old?" You're like trying to figure out. Oh shit, he's actually back in time when he's young. Wait a minute, is this his timeline? Then you see his goofy self walking, kicks the two cans over, which was symbolism to what happens later. He's kicking reality. He's like he doesn't give a shit about anything but himself.
Interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about anything about himself. You can see like he's really immature.
Yeah.
Flash takes him upstairs and starts telling him everything. He's like, "What? Like Back to the Future?" With what was the guy's name?
I forgot.
Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz.
No, Eric Stoltz. He's like, Eric Stoltz? No, Michael J. Fox. He's like, no, Eric Stoltz. Anyway, he's like, do I have powers? We have powers? And he's just like, not listening to anything Barry's saying. And Barry's just getting frustrated. And Barry's like, wow, this is how I was. This is why everybody gets annoyed of me. And it's like, yeah, he's having to come to reality. That would happen to any of us. If we went back in time and saw our old self, I think if anybody, maybe you, because you kind of always had the same chill personality. Some of us, I look back and I'm just like me, I would be like, look at this goofy ass motherfucker. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. But like, what would you do? Like if you went back in time, you saw
I beat the shit out of myself.
Yeah, right. Like that Barry was so annoying, man. He was
but I would say this. He did a good job playing two different Barrys, and most of all, he did a good job playing off himself. Like it really felt like he was acting with himself in the past.
Yeah, like I got surprised sometimes. I was like, is that two different actors? Like he was so good. He was so good. You like, does he have a twin brother? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But and then the wonky CG started at that point where we see like little things here and there, but they did the best they can. That
honestly, bro, I didn't notice any wonky CG.
Exactly. You normal people shouldn't. It's people that like want to nitpick shit, and they bring it out and people start realizing stuff, right? But I edit and stuff, so I can see things a little weird, right? I look at things like that. Certain people that don't do that kind of things are never gonna notice that unless you say something to them. But all in all, I think that the CG was good enough for me.
It was good enough.
It was good enough.
It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the best
enough. I mean, but you gotta look at the I tell people like look at the Marvel
fucking Avatar.
Oh yeah, that's phenomenal. It's so funny. Real quick, I like how everyone was like, "Oh, that movie ain't gonna do good. It's not coming out." That thing came out, destroyed everything again.
Word.
It's such a good movie. Anyway, let's get back to this. So Barry to ask him to, what did he do? He started looking up. He said this is. Oh wait, what day is it? Oh, it's this day. Oh my God, you're gonna get your powers in 2 hours. So he's like, all right, you got to go to this place and this place and this place. So he brings them to the Central City Police Department, and he goes upstairs to the crime unit, and he sets them up to get his powers and everything. He's like, you got to sit right here. They're arguing, and you're like, okay, I know what's gonna happen here. He's gonna get struck by the lightning, and then the power's gonna get transferred to the other Barry, and he ain't gonna have powers. And exactly, I called it. I was like, I
didn't expect that.
You didn't expect that? I knew it was gonna happen.
I thought they were just both gonna have their powers at the same time. I didn't expect him to lose his powers. That was a twist for me.
I kind of see it because it was like it would have been boring if Barry both of them had the same powers at the same time. It would be kind of boring. It's more interesting to have Barry not have his powers and watch his younger self blow everything to hell. And I looked at it like this: they never did an origin story for Flash, right? We got to see the origin story.
This is our way of seeing it. Yeah,
I get to see what he did, and Barry's like, okay, well, I did this that night. You shouldn't do this, and he did it anyway. He went butt ass naked in front of everybody. That shit was great. His clothes
Yo,
are burning
I was
off.
cracking. Everything's blowing up and shit.
Yeah, and he
He
came
got a
back.
ring of fire on his butt ass nigga body.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's
everybody
like,
can see
stop
him.
right there. That shit was great. And he came back, and
But nah, bro, we gotta rewind
wait.
back to the Central City Police Department when they're in the lobby and Barry had no powers when he
Oh
first realized he
yeah,
had
I'm
no
sorry.
powers.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I went too
He
far.
tried to run because I like that they acknowledge how much the fans hate Ezra Miller's run. So he's making fun of himself when he's running in regular motion. He's doing that weird ass skiing run.
Yeah. That was great.
Crying, bro.
I was crying. Yeah.
You just hear the sneakers screeching on the floor and shit.
Yeah. Other Barry ran really good.
Yeah.
Other Barry had a good run. And did you notice that Ezra Miller actually changed up his run at the end of the movie?
No.
He wasn't doing this. He was like running like for real.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, next time we watch it. But yeah, that was funny. He was like, la, 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 but he's like, what's going on? He tried to run through the wall. Bam! He's like, I lost my powers. And then and then he's like, okay, Barry, this took me very long to phase. You can't, and he phases through the wall anyway. It's like, oh shit, he's getting his powers quicker than him. So he's getting more annoyed. They get back to obviously his room and they do the whole thing. He's naked. He's doing everything that Ezra said not to do, and he's doing it a little better, but he's a little cocky. You can tell that this is also foreshadowing that he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen. This Barry is different from this Barry.
He's more arrogant.
More arrogant, yeah, because he had his mother. He's spoiled. He doesn't know any better, right? And I love it. That's like, that's what I love. Andy Muschietti is a very good director. He did it in It. He's very good at directing people, and you get this whole story, I feel like, from his movies. And I love it. I like it. Without even saying anything, you get more story, you know? And then they get back to Barry's room, and he finds out that he has a roommate, and he's just laying there. The guy, and he's like,
the roommate scene, bro. I was
crying,
bro.
Crying, man.
The whole conversation had me done. All the banter back and forth and shit. When the girlfriend is trying to throw food in her boyfriend's mouth, he can't catch it. Barry catches it.
And then when they say Tom Cruise was in Footloose.
Yeah. They said Michael J. Fox was in
Footloose. No.
Michael J. Fox, right. Michael J.
Fox in Footloose. And then
Tom Cruise in Footloose. Michael J. Fox was
wasn't Top Gun.
Maverick in
Oh no, that was the other guy. The guy from oh man, the original guy from Footloose. He was in Top Gun.
They said Kevin Bacon was in Top Gun.
Kevin Bacon. It was a gay movie. The guy with the gay guys on the beach. So Tom
they never said Tom Cruise.
They said Tom Cruise.
They said Michael J. Fox was Footloose.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they said Kevin Bacon was Top Gun.
Yeah. And then they said Michael. Then they said Back to the Future was that guy again. And then the guy had a tattoo of him. He's like, Eric Schultz is right here. Like, oh my god!
He's like, is that upside down? He goes, is it?
Is it?
I was crying.
And then he's like, okay, we gotta look at Batman. We gotta look up all these people. Victor Stone never became Cyborg. He's a football player. Aquaman was never born. Wonder Woman, Diana never came to America. And then Batman. Batman's real. Yeah, Batman. Yeah. He's like, Batman. Okay, cool. We gotta go see Batman. Then Barry starts having a nervous breakdown. He's like, oh my god, everything's different. Everything's going wrong. And he's tripping out and stuff. And then he's like, what's his name? Barry. What? So both of your Barrys? Yeah, we're cousins. Cousins named Barry. What? It was such a good scene with them. But then they went to go to Gotham
City. Don't forget, they went for the cousins dinner.
The cousins dinner in Gotham City. That's right. The cousins dinner. And
that shit came back.
Yes, that shit came right back.
When he's talking to Bruce, and he's like, "We're here to find Batman." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I thought we were here for the cousins dinner." I was cracking up. I was like,
and he's like, "Wait, you don't know why we're here? We're here. You don't realize that he's Batman?" What? And as you can see that he's more advanced than Barry, more and more little things here and there. So I should call him that, like show him what's gonna happen in the future, the foreshadowing of how much better he is. Because even when he went to go see Bruce, and they got to the house, then Bruce is throwing shit at him. He's just dodging. Like it's nothing now. He's like, oh, I know how to do this stuff. He's jumping around. It was funny as hell.
Was doing too.
Yeah. And then other Barry's just getting effed up. He's just getting beat up by him.
Yeah, word.
and then finally they sit down. He's like, "This is Bruce Wayne, Batman. Hold it, the thing you just said." And then he's eating all the food. He's like, "You probably need more than me." He starts eating the spaghetti. And he's like, "I need you to help me find Superman." Superman? What kind of name is Superman? He's like, "You call yourself Batman?" He's like, "I don't call myself Super Batman." He's like, "Oh, wait, what? He's Batman?" That is great. Such a good sequence. The human moments like were great in this movie. I think that like every actor did great as a cohesive.
Every actor did great.
Every actor. There was no shitty performance in this movie.
Yeah.
Even the B-roll, the C-roll actors were funny as hell. It was great. Oh, give me a hug. You give me a hug. Hello. Good night.
Good night.
So the C level actors were great. And I like that little callback. Do you see that for Alfred? Alfred gave him a pen. Alfred's dead. You could tell Alfred's dead.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, Alfred. But Flash goes to Batman's computer. It was like, okay, since you don't want to help me, I'll help myself. They go down to the Batcave, right? They have Flash. So Flash goes through the hole. He's like, wait a minute, where are we? He's like, don't worry about it. Just go down. They go down. Fucking Batcave. Amazing. That was so cool. That sequence opening it up, how big it was. That's why I don't understand people saying that CG and everything is crappy. It looked great to me.
Everything looked amazing to me.
It looked amazing. They put.
I didn't get pulled out of the movie at all.
Never, not once. You're right, not once. Never.
I was fully engrossed in that shit.
So engrossed.
But we got to rewind a little bit because I want to say, I like how they had Michael Keaton Batman talk about timelines.
Oh shit! Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry,
awesome,
I skipped that completely. I am freaking effing up today. Go ahead.
It's like when Marvel did the whole timeline thing, they explained the branching off.
Yes.
It was a good explainer, but a lot of people didn't get it.
Yes.
Like we got it.
Yep.
But people who don't follow this kind of stuff didn't get it. But this shit, like with the spaghetti analogy, was just amazing.
Amazing.
The spaghetti. He explained how they could run parallel to each other and how you break this piece off and you create a branch or that intersects. And then he goes, when you keep fucking it up, you get a whole bowl of spaghetti where it's all mangled together. So basically what he's saying is there's a whole bunch of different timelines merged together in this one timeline.
Yes.
You have Michael Keaton's timeline, you got this black-haired Supergirl timeline, and still you have the Man of Steel timeline all mixed together in one.
Yep.
So that was like a really fucking interesting explainer. I love that shit.
And do you remember the foreshadowing that when he was saving the babies and then he was putting all the electric wires together, he couldn't figure it out? He's like, why am I always doing this? Why am I the one always doing this? So I was like, oh, that's a nice callback.
Oh,
the
shit.
Spaghetti. Yes, the spaghetti.
I didn't even catch that.
And I enjoyed it. And then I liked how he was quoting Batflick without quoting Batflick. He's like, yeah, you're messing up time. You shouldn't be doing this. Hey, what's up, Diggs? Cowboys suck though. I'm just kidding. So we have so when we have Michael Keaton just pretty much going, nah, I'm not gonna become Batman. I'm not helping you. And he's like, all right, cool. So they go back down to the Batcave. They start searching, for Superman. And then what happens? They start searching for Superman, and Batman's watching them the whole time. He's like, I do want to help. I really want to help. And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna help now. He's like, Bader's like, I can see you're watching me. I know you're watching me. If you want to help us, you can help us. And then he goes down. You stay right there, Bubba. He came down to help them, all haircut and everything. They find out that they gave him bring coffee. He has coffee. They find out where Superman is, and they're like, okay, he's being held at a base because
oh, that was the other timeline mixed in. Red Sun.
Yeah, Red Sun.
That a Russian base, not an American.
Yes. Oh, good call on that. I didn't think about that. And then he goes there. They find the paperwork because Batman finds the paperwork, right? Illegal paperwork, this legal thing. So he's like, all right, I can help you guys. Let me let's get the Batwing ready. He gets the Batwing ready, right? I know, Bubba. You gotta go downstairs, okay? Yeah, this kid. And then he goes there, gets the Batwing. Seeing the Batwing
brought back so many memories.
Oh my god! I was like, my pee-pee is hard.
Especially when he flew up in front of the moon.
Yo.
At first I was like, oh, that's awesome. Nice call back to the old emblem. And I was like, oh shit, wait, they did that back in what was that, Batman Returns?
Yo, no, the first one.
That wasn't the first one? He had the Batwing? I can't even remember.
And he jumps back down.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was great. Also, I forgot about the little callback with the Joker. One of
Oh, when he
Barry's
opened up the
found.
bag and it
He's
left.
like he found the bag from the end of the movie. Yeah, that was cool. Um, so like I love the little callbacks in the movie. Just feeling the music. Oh, dude, the music in this movie when freaking Batman is jumping out of the plane.
Yo, I swear. I started picturing the animated 95 intro.
Yo,
Yeah, bro.
oh my god! And then all the berries are like, "Okay, this is awesome." Shoots down and stuff. That was great. They come down. Barry's like, "I hate being slow. Everybody's so fast. I hate being slow." I love little things like that. I love Andy Muschietti just like having little one-liners here and there. It just makes the story go forward, and it feels alive. Every character, you feel what every character is experiencing in that moment, wherever they are. Right? Batman, you see, he's like, "Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving getting back in the saddle," and he's so hyped for it. And they get to that base. Batman disappears. Like, where did Batman go? I don't know. Where'd he go? And because he's so quick. And it's funny how like they have two quick guys there, and they can't figure out where Batman went.
Word.
Right? So they get down there. They try to be quiet, and stupid Barry, little kid Barry, knocks the thing over, and all the Russians go, "What? Get them!" He's like, "Oh crap!" And then Barry starts finally using his powers for the first time, like really using it. So he's like, "Oh, he dodges it. Dodges one." He's like, "Oh, I gotta move this bear out the way." Moves him, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm great. I can do this." And then what I think does he get shot then, or he gets
That's
shot
later.
after?
That's later.
Yeah.
So first he sees more bullets are coming, so he has to move Barry further.
Yeah.
And then Barry throws up. He's like, "Oh fuck! I told you."
Oh yeah.
And he kept going like fucking Team America.
Yeah. He's
But then fucking Batman comes in, and look, man, Robert Pattinson I felt was the closest thing to the animated Batman so far. Because animated Batman, he can't be touched. He's super smart. He's a detective. So they did the whole detective thing, and he had the best fighting because I didn't like Christian Bale's fighting.
No.
But even then, he still wasn't really using much martial arts. But to me, he still was the best fighting Batman so far. Until this fucking scene, I was like, "Oh shit, Batman's doing actual martial arts for once." This is Batman right now, son. He was flipping and shit. He was kicking niggas around and shit. I was like,
beating ass, bro. That was Batman.
That's
he was doing the kicks.
Batman,
he was doing the Bruce Lee kicks. I was like, "Oh shoot!"
He was flipping and shit. I was like, "Yes."
When he kicked that first come down, when he hooked the guy down, bam!
Yeah, that was some moves. That's like Tekken. That's Kazuya's move. He'll grab you, high up in the air, and slam to the ground. I was like, "Oh shit, they're doing Tekken out here."
Oh, it's Tekken. So then Batman beats up everybody in that room, right? And then they decide they started moving. And then I think are they going to Superman's thing? And then the guy comes, they see the guy like cleaning the floor, and Batman goes,
"Yeah,
like, and the Russian guy's like,
"In Russia, we're not scared of Batman."
Yeah, we're not scared of Batman. He's like trying to find his gun, and the Barry's like, "I got this." He hits the guy,
and the bullet still goes through.
Oh shit! What the hell? I could get shot. He's like, "What did you expect was gonna happen?" Yes, you could get shot.
That was kind of a callback, I guess you could say, to the Flashpoint animated movie because he got shot in that one at the end. Got shot in the leg.
Yeah, he got shot.
Keep running, Barry. Keep running.
Right. Keep running, Barry. Keep running. And they get to Superman's chamber, and you're like, "Okay, Superman. This is definitely Superman, right?" We're gonna find out what happened to Clark. Well, I honestly, before we get into that, I thought they were gonna do this like they were gonna have two cells. They're gonna have one with a dead baby or something, or dead something. I thought Superman was gonna be dead in the cell because in my mind and Zack Snyder's thing, when the ship came down, Kara was in there, right? Her pod was open, right? Remember when Superman went into the pod, in Justice League. And Justice League. I'm sorry, it was in Man of Steel. And Kara's pod is open, so she's on Earth. Yeah, she's on Earth. So in my brain, I'm like, okay,
oh shit,
they're gonna do this. If Kal-El and her were on the same ship on this timeline, we're gonna see him. No Kal-El. We see this vampire-looking blade person laying on the floor with like things in her back, needles, which gives a callback to when you saw the scientists. They were messing with needles, injecting things, looking at liquid. So they've been draining her for I don't know how many. What was it say? 6 months, something like that. What was it?
How long they had her?
They had her for like 6 months.
For years.
No, I thought it was months only.
No, it was years.
Was it years? So we'll look into that later because I thought it was months. But any which way, they were draining her, and he was like, "Oh, is this your Superman?" He's like, "No, that's not him." Batman's like, "All right, leave him." He's like, "No, we have to save her." And he picks up the suit. Barry's like, looking at her. She's like, "Oh, I am crippled." Uh, so we'll fast forward to the elevator scene, which was pretty cool. They start running to the elevator. Batman brings out a freaking tape measure. I was like, so awesome. He's like,
how much do you weigh?
"How much do you weigh?" Just it was a call back to him in the one when he was
when he picked up Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale, yeah,
for the first time.
Exactly. He's like, "How much weight?" Because he's all about weight. He's like, "All right, all the way to 10." Arms the thing, blows him up. And they have that tense scene. The guys are running in, blah blah blah. We don't talk about that. So, but they go way up. They finally get up, shot up on the top of the roof. Boom, fall. All the Russian guys surround them. Batman, what do we do? You see Kara fall off, and he's like, "We try not to die." And he closes his hand, and Kara comes in and fucks all these guys raw, bro. Apparently, that scene was supposed to be more deadly. They were supposed to. I told you this before.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of holes in people and shit.
Yeah, it was supposed to be more closer to R, which I was like, Andy Muschietti and it. I was like, I saw how crazy he could get. I was like, how did he not have that scene? And it was supposed to be a longer scene where she's ripping people apart, punching holes through people. In that sequence, right? What was your favorite part of that sequence? I guess from start to finish, when Batman went down to when Kara's kicking everybody's ass.
The whole thing. I don't even have a favorite part. That I just loved it.
You just loved it.
I loved her kicking niggas. There was one dude that she just sent him flying into nothingness. You couldn't even see him no more. That's really great.
Yeah, I wish they put it the ting that would have been awesome. Like an anime when it hits it.
Oh, with the star?
Yeah, star ting All Might. Oh man. Kara's used all her strength pretty much up. She passes out. They get her back to the Batcave. I don't know how they get everybody back really quickly, but it's just like, all right, nobody's gonna notice. Let's just get back there. They're back. They're back at the Batcave. Batman. Well, the first thing you see is Batman's suit's all bloody. So you saw he got rocked a little bit, but he's sitting there, he's smiling. He's like, yeah,
I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby. Yeah, yeah. And then she's like, all like, oh. And then Barry's like, please get her to well, he asks, what's your name? And he's like, Kara. He's like, she's like, why did you save me when you found out I wasn't Kal-El? And he was like, because you needed help. And I was like, oh, you can see the maturity. And all Barry's like, yeah, you needed help. He's in the background. He's like, all right, Barry, bring her up to the top, let her enjoy the solar and get all her energy back and stuff, which was cool. Like I said, every little thing they do in this movie means something, which is cool. They didn't waste no lines. There was no bull crap talking. So they can bring her upstairs. And what does Barry do at that time? Barry's where? Other Barry's with her.
Well, which Barry was with her? I can't remember.
Flash Barry. Oh, well, Powered Barry at the time. Oh,
the
Kid
young
Barry.
Barry.
Young Barry was up there, and he was trying not to look at her. Remember? He's like, "Are you done changing?"
Yeah.
I love the little squeaks he did. Are you done changing? And he's just
older Barry. What was he doing?
I don't remember. Was he talking to Batman?
He was talking
about. He was convincing Batman to
electrocute him.
To electrocute him. Yes. He's like, yeah. All right, I'm down. Let's just do it. He's like, I need a bunch of chemicals. He's like, I've been starting to pull stuff already from around your house. He's like, okay, let's get this rolling. So then you can see a Barry upstairs, like, so are you done getting changed? Oh, so do you have your powers back? And she just blows and breaks the freaking cement thing. And he's just like, whoa, so you're gonna help us, right? He's like, why? Why am I gonna help humans? They're all mean to me.
Yeah, they imprison me and shit. They torture me.
He's like, what? Why are you leaving? And she's like, I don't care. And she just leaves. He goes downstairs. He's like, hey, yeah, she left. Basically, he's like, all right, well, we gotta try to get my powers back. Other Barry's getting word about other Barry, and Batman's like trying to get him electrocuted. But in the meantime, which was a cool sequence, was she goes flying. She sees where Zod is.
Yeah.
And she's hanging out. And you see the army scene without Superman.
Yeah.
So they're getting frustrated. They were like, all right.
What would have happened if he didn't show up?
Yeah. What happens if he didn't show up? Yeah, exactly. The only thing I got to gripe with that situation was Martian Manhunter wouldn't pop up.
Yo, they forgot about. Listen, Martian Manhunter was such a last ad. They already forgot about that motherfucker.
Yeah, they were,
but they just totally forgot about him. So technically, he was supposed to be the general.
Yep.
And the
He was a
general
general.
got stabbed and
They
died.
showed him, but if you pause it, you can look and see he's there in the front line with the old man.
No, the general was the one who walked out and Zod stabbed him. He was like, "Oh, the alien's not here." And then he killed him. That was the general.
Yeah. So that was
That's
general.
what I'm saying. Like, that's not Martian Manhunter. He wouldn't have died from that.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Martian Manhunter guy was there. He was in the back. If you go back to watch Man of Steel, he's there on that line, that front line, when they were all there.
No, the guy who Martian Manhunter played, the black dude, the Barack Obama twin.
Yes, he was there.
No, he's the one that got stabbed. Is what I'm telling you.
No, the one.
Yes, because in the original Man of Steel movie, he was the one in charge that came to talk to Zod in the first place.
Oh, I thought it was the guy from Law and Order.
No, it was him.
The
guy from Law and Order.
He got killed in the helicopter.
He got killed in the helicopter. Remember, he was.
Yeah.
But
I just realized.
Obama's twin that did the talking.
I just realized they showed the helicopter, and then
they go through it,
and then she just goes through it instead. they just die anyway. Okay, so it makes sense. Okay. We'll go back to it. All right, so she's instead of her getting into it, she's
watching from afar.
She's watching from afar. They get murked.
But it changed their mind.
Yeah, it changed their mind. But Zod saw her. Zod was like, "Oh, she's there. She's on Earth."
Yeah, he did see her.
Yeah. So she flies away. Meanwhile, Barry's like, "All right, electrocute me, Batman." And then I like that little callback that Gotham is always raining, so that there's always a cloud. Beautiful skies over there where they met the monsters. I mean the aliens. But in Gotham, always raining. So Batman sends the thing up. The electricity comes down.
I like that shit too. Little bat kite. I was like, this feels like some Adam West shit.
Yeah, really.
For everything. A bat gadget for everything. He's got a bat kite.
Bat everything. So they get what do they get now? He gets hit one time. I'm dying.
I want to talk about that because in the animated movie, when he was like, just electrocute me, I'll get my powers, and like he got electrocuted and almost died, I was cracking up. And like, the way they did it, they made it funny. But here they made it serious. Like, holy shit, this nigga almost died. Like, I was not cracking up. He's fucked up.
Yeah, and he's all bleeding. He's like, dude, again. I can't do it again, Barry. I'm sorry. And I was just like, oh no. I love Michael Keaton's voice. He's just great. He just sounds like that's Michael Keaton Batman. Then Cower comes and goes, all right. Why are you helping?
She didn't even speak. She just picked him up and left.
Picks him up, goes up in the sky, gets his powers back.
See, I wish they showed it though. They showed her looking at the cloud of lightning, but they didn't actually show him getting hit. That would have been a cool scene.
I mean, they showed Flash
getting electrocuted in her arms, and she take the pain and shit because she's super.
Yeah, she just couldn't take it. She's Superman, Superwoman or Superman. So then they come back down. Flash gets his powers. Flash gets his suit back. Other Flash takes one of Batman's suits, cuts that shit up. It's like, oh look,
that shit was hilarious.
It's great.
So he's trying to cut off the ears.
Yeah, he's
like everything was a montage to that point.
Yeah, the montage was great. Batman gets his new suit on. He's like, all right, let's do this. He's like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. So then they were like, all right. So they go to confront the Kryptonians because they are. Are you here? Oh, there it goes. My camera went off for a second. They were there to murk. They were murking. The army's getting smacked up, and I love the scene when Batman's flying in. And then the army starts attacking him too because that's how it would be.
Helping these people?
We're supposed to help these people. Now what happened in real life? The army's like, what the hell is this? Another thing? So they're fighting them. Army's getting destroyed. And then what does Barry say? Somebody says, oh, Batman says, I want to take the big guy down. He's like, oh, giant guy? Yeah. Everybody hates that giant guy.
No, that was later.
No, he sees them. Remember, he sees them beating up everybody. Remember they're flying over, they're seeing everything happen. One thing I did miss, we forgot to talk about, was that Barry talks about how he was there the day of Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah, and he only saved that one kid.
Yeah, and that's why Batman always says save one life to him. Save one life. Start with one. Because I think Batman knew that Barry was there. I think it
makes sense now.
Yeah, it makes all kind of sense. Which was kind of sad, man. That was kind of sad that he couldn't control his powers at the time. But yeah, and then and we also forget to say little Barry found out that his mother, old Barry didn't want kid Barry to know that the reason he's back in time because his mother died in his timeline. They had a whole selfish argument.
You overheard that while eating bananas.
Yeah, and then they had a selfish argument. You're real selfish and everything. And then they had this whole heart to heart. It was great. Totally forgot about that. But
that was also supposed to be part of young Barry's growth. That conversation.
Yeah. But they have this whole great.
So many character arcs in this thing, man.
So many character arcs. It's hard to put everything together. They get down. They have the best intro ever. I think that's just top 3. They fly in. Supergirl and him and other Barry.
Oh, they run up and stop.
I was like, oh, fire. That's a cool poster right there. Can I just say Sasha was great as Supergirl?
Yeah, she was great.
Jesus Christ.
It was awesome.
What did you do? What did you do? You fell, yo. My God. She put a whole performance in that, man.
And she looked amazing in that costume.
Yes, she did.
Incredible.
Yeah, she was great. But her acting skills, that girl's great. That was her first feature film, which is crazy to think. So they get there, and basically Barry and him and Batman are like, all right, we gotta save everybody. We gotta defeat Zod and them. What did you grab from me? What do you think now after that part? What happens after that? Tell me. What happens transpires after that? Because you're pretty good at knowing what happens in the battle.
The first battle before they kept going back in time. I'm not gonna break it down, man. Just too much shit happened. But that was the longest one because the first try was the one with the most detail.
Yeah,
I remember I was getting annoyed because for multiple reasons. Number one, I was like, Supergirl's been absorbing. I know she has been absorbing sun for years.
Yeah,
but she's absorbed it for at least a day by now. She should be way more powerful than all of them. They still have their power suits on. They haven't absorbed the sun yet. So
well,
how the fuck
they've been on Earth
up with her?
But they've been on Earth for like.
It doesn't make a difference.
Right,
With the power suit on, they don't get access to the sun. That's the problem with Man of Steel. That's why he was overpowering everybody. So I was like, why is she not overpowering these motherfuckers?
But they're still strong.
How are they keeping up with her?
But listen, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Clark has been on Earth forever, absorbing sun.
Yeah, I threw that in.
She just
she only got it for a day.
She only got it for a day. But they were, remember,
more powerful than her.
Without the power of the sun, they were still keeping up with Superman.
Not really.
Yeah, the big dude
at first,
they were giving Superman work, bro.
Remember, once you realized what they were capable of, we started overpowering them.
Bro, in Man of Steel, they were giving Superman work.
Yeah,
they were working him at first. So she had no time. She knew what the hell she was doing. She was.
The other thing was, I remember I got mad when he stabs her. I'm like, how the fuck did he stab her? Then I had to realize it's made from Kryptonian material, so that's why it's able to
pierce. Goes right through. Yeah, it's Krypton.
So then I was like, okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, she's gone. I was like, damn, Superman fought this nigga for hours and she lost him in a few minutes. I was like, fuck.
My favorite part, honestly, of that real quick of the whole thing, and he's like, do the Emperor, Emperor power.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, Star Wars.
That shit was awesome.
And then Barry's like, takes his gloves off. That was great. What was the saddest death out of that whole sequence? Because this whole sequence was death upon death upon death. Out of all of those, before the first timeline, because we're gonna get into it. It's a bunch of timelines he keeps jumping back in and out of. The first time,
what do you think? Batman's death every time. I was like, damn, bro, we just got him.
Can't eject.
His shit blows up. What happened the second time? He just got slammed once. Then he beat on, but he was bleeding in time. Bleeding internally.
Yeah.
So once the fight was over, he was like,
yo, when he was crawling over him,
yeah, she was great.
Yo, that was awesome. And then Supergirl fighting Zod when she found out. So Supergirl finds out, guys, if you know, Superman, she finds out what happened to Superman. Because I was like, oh, they're just gonna leave Superman alone. Then I can bring him up. No, Zod found him. Zod killed him.
Liquefied that nigga.
Liquidate motherfucker. He's part of the process now. Michael Shannon is the best villain of all time. She's like, what did you do? She starts effing him up, using all her energy. Just starts whooping this motherfucker's ass. He's like, okay, I'll take it. Now, stab time. And I was like, oh shit, she's stabbed. She's dead. And then he's like, blood sucking time. Starts absorbing all the children out of her, which is crazy that they put her in her womb, bro. That's nuts. They put all of Krypton in her womb, bro. That's wild, bro. And like that was a little twist. They were like, it was not in him, it's in you. I was like, oh no. I like the fast girl. They didn't give her too much screen time, but I like they gave her that little moment when she was like,
oh, Ursula?
Yeah, Ursula over there.
I thought she would do more because she was wild in Man of Steel.
Yo, but they gave her that little scene. Also, she just, like we said, we called back before, said she destroyed the helicopter. She actually killed those motherfuckers this time. She's like, no, right there. Ain't no Superman there to save you. She catches them. She just busts right through the motherfuckers. Oh, that was good. You could tell Kara was really inexperienced. She wasn't able to save a lot of people. She was more about herself. It seems like it was all immaturity. Everything was immaturity. Like
Yeah,
Batman,
just wanted to fight. She wasn't saving nobody.
nah.
Literally.
And Batman was the same way. If you think about it, he just wanted to fight. That's it. He's like, Gotham doesn't need me anymore. He's like, I'm just fighting for whatever. But I, like him going into the shield, and I was like, oh no, it has a shield. He's gonna blow up. He's not gonna do any damage. Pancakes, Batman's dead. And then Barry and him did that 2 feet thing. They started just effing up everybody. That was cool. That was a cool sequence.
That shit was fire.
But then when everybody died, Barry's like, you can't do it. You don't know how to use the powers. Yes, I can. And you could tell again, this Barry's more advanced than our Barry for some odd reason. He's just better at his powers. He starts running back in time. You see the whole thing starting to happen again. He's like, all right, we're gonna go to this sequence. Goes inside, starts trying to fight, gets that thing through his arm. After they kill.
Once he got that thing through his arm, I was like, okay, yeah.
Okay.
This is the Barry that becomes evil Barry. Okay.
Yeah, every Barry. And then Barry's like, stop. This is not gonna work, man. It's gonna work. He keeps doing it over and over and over and over and over again. And then do you start seeing the worlds then, or is it after he sees the bad Flash?
It's after the evil Flash starts.
Yeah, so explain this whole end process for me. You take the role for this part.
Well, I mean, after I think they did 3 tries where we actually saw them try to save everybody.
Yeah.
And then finally Barry's just running with them, and he was like, all right, we just gotta, let the inevitable happen and just.
What do they call it? What do they call a certain point? What do they call it?
Was it Nexus Point?
A Nexus Point, something like that. That you can never change it. Just like Barry's mom dying.
I'm thinking about Canon Event from fucking Spider-Verse.
No, it's into something weird name. But
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying. It's a canon event.
Canon Event.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't stop Uncle Ben from dying.
No.
So, yeah. So then, what's his name? Young Barry keeps leaving and coming back with more pieces in him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, so I thought we were gonna watch him become evil Barry, but then evil Barry shows up out of nowhere, and he's like all monsters and shit with a difference of with some Hulk voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
They both try to fight him too. They get the ass whooped.
He slams the ground and like it gets Barry stuck. And I was like, this thing got all kinds of different powers and shit.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for a while because he learned different powers.
Hundreds and hundreds of years or something like that, right? Something like that crazy.
Yeah,
he doesn't age.
Because the Flash ages slow.
Yeah, he's slow as hell.
So I'm like, but it was weird because he comes in all vicious and then tries to have a friendly conversation with Barry. And I was like, this thing is that crazy that he came in violent. And I was like, don't worry, we can save everybody. I just need to torture you first, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with
this motherfucker's crazy.
So then, young Barry, but it was cool because young Barry seeing him as an evil Barry gave him a whole nother. It gave him a change of heart. That completed his new character arc. Yeah. So instead of his old character arc of him becoming evil, he's like, "Fuck, I can't become that. That defeats the purpose of what I'm doing." So he's like, "I'm just gonna stop it." I forgot how he sacrificed himself. So
he stabs other Barry with the.
He went to stab him.
He went to stab him, and so he went in front of other Barry to stop it, and he got stabbed. Remember, he kills himself. He's like, oh no.
So he disappeared, which doesn't make any sense because this Flash is so much faster than the others. When young Flash ran in front of him, he could just stop and not stab them.
Remember, I told you, young Flash was getting more acute, like fast, close to his powers.
Yeah, remember, old evil Flash is young Flash. So the point is that he's so much faster than him because he has that purple lightning. He could have stopped himself from stabbing himself, is what I'm saying. So that was a little inconsistent, but I guess the only way for them to make him kill himself.
Yeah. So he kills him, and then we see all the
different worlds coming. They were colliding, and I like that shit.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
Like, why we got to CGI with Christopher Reeves? Because he's dead.
Yeah.
So we need him in CGI.
Exactly.
Why we got to CGI George Reeves? Because he's dead.
Yeah. You saw Adam West.
This isn't Disney. We can't deepfake everything.
And we saw what's his name? The other Flash. What's his name?
Jay Garrick, but it was played by the guy who played Zoom.
Yeah, and he didn't even know he was in the movie. They just used his likeness. He's like,
that's even crazier. I'm like, holy shit. Did you watch Black Mirror, the new season?
No.
So the first episode is about how you sign your terms of agreement and Netflix takes everybody's likeness and makes TV shows out of them. So it reminded me of that. I'm like,
what?
Holy shit.
I gotta watch this.
They just took this nigga's likeness and just used it.
They used it. He didn't even know.
Yeah, watch that episode. It's called.
I'm gonna watch it.
Joan is Awful. That's a good episode.
I'm gonna watch that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know
Fucking
that.
Crazy.
But seeing Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god, man!
I was like we all are us nerds.
I heard about it when I was younger, and I saw pictures, and I was like the Nicolas Cage I knew I couldn't take him seriously as Superman. The suit did look good, but I couldn't take it serious. But then seeing it here, and I was like, oh, that looks like '90s mullet Superman. That shit looks fucking great, man.
Yeah, he looked
That shit
great.
looked beautiful.
Spider and everything, and it just calls back to what Kevin Smith was talking about, how they were trying to force him to make the script like this. They kind of combined both those scripts and made this amazing little quick thing. So we got that. We got to see Adam West, Batman. Who else did we see?
We saw Snyderverse.
Snyderverse.
We saw...
They pretty much, there was a bunch of other worlds out there, but apparently there were
I don't remember
the emotions were Green Lantern emotions. That's what they said they were.
Oh yeah, each color, yeah.
Yeah. So it was just great to see all that. So Flash goes, okay. What happened?
That's the emotional spectrum.
Emotional spectrum. And then so Flash goes back in time and says, you know what? I gotta stop this from happening. I stopped myself. I have to put the can of tomatoes back. He has this whole emotional thing with his mom. He's like,
I felt that shit.
Bro, that shit. I was tearing up with the movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That shit,
I was like, damn.
I was fighting it. I was like, damn, like you have to say God, like you have to choose to let your mother die, son. Like that is.
And she hugged. She knew who he was.
She knew. She could feel it. Cause when she first took off his glasses, she looked at him, and I was like, "Fuck out of here, nigga." 30 years from now, she can't recognize him, but she did. She knew.
She did. Mothers know, man. And he hugs him. He's like, "Oh my God!" He's hugging her for the last time. Then he's like, "All right, mom. Bye, mom." Takes the tomatoes, and he goes, "Wait a minute."
Looked at the camera.
Oh, okay. Then we're like, okay, thinking. So he gets back to his timeline. They're in the trial, right? And then, oh no, he gets back to his house. He sees the note from Iris. He's like, shit. Gets back to the thing. He's late to his dad's thing. Like he's always late because that's the thing. He always taking somebody's food out of somebody's mouth. It was Annie Michion, whatever his name is. Annie, whatever, the director. Annie
Busciati.
Annie Mush. And then he takes the food from him. He gets in the courtroom. His dad, they show the video, and you're just sitting there like, because you think, okay, this might not work. It worked. He looks up. His dad gets acquitted. Yeah, let's go. Oh, my dad. Do. Everybody's so hyped. Barry's so happy. And then he's like, all right. And then I think Iris sees him. And then Bruce Wayne shows up, right? Bruce Wayne comes up.
Yeah, the car comes up. He's on the phone with him. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound like Michael Keaton talking. So I was like, who's it going to be? Because it doesn't sound like Ben Affleck either. Who's it going to be? And fucking George Clooney comes out with a full fucking beard.
Yo, I was like,
nobody's gonna notice Batman with a fucking beard.
That's what I said. Yo, you took it right out of my mouth. That is so funny. Oh shit. Yeah. It's like, yeah, Barry, maybe you shouldn't say that. He's like,
you're not Batman. You're not Batman. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like,
shut up.
Shut down. And his tooth falls out. So he's stuck in an alternate timeline again. So they end the movie there. That's the ending of the movie technically. And then they have a little cutscene where him and Aquaman walking. He's trying to explain to Aquaman what timeline he's in right now. And this Batman's not his Batman. And then he falls into a puddle. And then it was just like, all right, well, that's the end. And they were like, damn it, that's it.
I know. I wanted more. I mean, I was satisfied actually, but I would love a sequel we're never gonna get.
No. Yeah. And you know what, man? We were supposed to have, so there's a bunch of alternate things that were supposed to happen, right? They were supposed to be they shot all this. So they shot one. It was supposed to be Michael Keaton and Sasha coming back at the end of the movie and going, "Are you ready? Are you ready to do this?" And they shot it because you can see in the trailer, you can see Sasha's at the courthouse saying, "Are you ready?" in the trailer right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they left it in there.
Oh shit!
But they didn't use the scene because they changed it, and Michael Keaton was not good. Michael Keaton was supposed to be in Batgirl. He's supposed to be the new Batman, and then Bruce Wayne was supposed to come back at the next scene after and go. Batfleck was supposed to be. I'm stuck in time. You have to come help me in the nightmare sequence. So we were supposed to get the nightmare sequence. It was supposed to be the whole thing. They scratched that whole thing. Then a couple months ago, they shot Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot showing up, and then George Clooney shows up. He's like, "What the hell? A new Batman?" No, they scrapped that shit, and then they were like, "George Clooney only." Are you kidding me? Such a gag. But I guess that's what James Gunn wanted to do because he wanted to start his whole fresh new thing. So I guess Barry's gonna be stuck in there. I guess they left it like that because they don't know what they're gonna do with Ezra Miller because all in all, he is a pedophile, and he does crazy shit. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. So Justin, at the end of this discussion, give me your take on your favorite part about this movie, your least favorite part, and your rating.
I just love the whole fucking thing. I don't really have a. My favorite part was Barry Allen running with no powers in the GCPD lobby. That shit was hilarious to me.
Good.
The part that I like the least. That's hard because I liked everything. That I like the least. I guess the cliffhanger ending. I didn't like it ending on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's
Especially because I know there won't be a sequel. I didn't like it ending on a cliffhanger like that.
Now, what do you give your rating though?
I mean, still, I told you this before. To me, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. I thought it was Spider-Man No Way Home. That was like the best movie I've ever seen in my life. And then the Batman took that from me because the Batman blew me the fuck away.
Yeah.
But this shit blew me the fuck out of this universe. So I can't say it's the greatest movie of all time, but it's the greatest movie that I have ever seen for my taste and my joy.
Facts. And
so I give it a rank SS.
SS.
Like a Japanese game.
Yeah. So you giving it a 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10 for sure.
10 out of 10. All right. So for me, my favorite part of this movie was the baby sequence. I love that sequence. That slow down sequence was just this chef's kiss. It was great. We needed that. My least favorite part of this movie, same thing, was how like it just ended like that. It's like nothing, not even a little wink to the new universe, something. Nah, they just kind of ended it. But I give this movie, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow, I gave it a higher rating than you.
Yeah.
Way around.
9 out of 10 because I know what's gonna happen. Marvel right now, right? People are gonna hate me for this quote. They did Deadpool and Wolverine already in DC doing this movie. You did Batman and the Flash, Goofball, and Batman. It's Goofball and Wolverine. You know, it's gonna happen. But you know Marvel's gonna do it better.
They probably will. That's probably
'cause
the best movie I've ever seen by that.
They moved up Deadpool now. You know that movie's gonna be great. Deadpool Wolverine is gonna be an amazing movie, and I mean, know what's gonna happen. That's gonna be probably my favorite movie of all time. If they hit that shit out the park, no, you know me, I'm a big Deadpool.
They're gonna hit that shit out the park.
And Wolverine's my second favorite, so it's done. If that happens, that's my favorite movie too. Because right now, my favorite movie of all time, superhero movie right now, is Logan. Logan is my number one right now.
Really?
Logan is my number one, hands down. And then probably number 5 now is The Flash. I really enjoyed The Flash, man. And it sucks that it's Ezra Miller, and it sucks that he did all that shit. So it's probably gonna be tainted forever. But
that's why people aren't going to see it.
But you know what? It's a Michael Keaton movie.
What the movie is, but they won't even give it a try because of everything he did. He fucked it up.
It's a Michael Keaton movie. It's a Batman movie. That's all it is. It's a Batman movie. Yeah. So where's it on your rating of best? I guess 1 to 10 on your best favorite movies, superhero movies.
It's the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
That's it. Number 1.
Yeah, not greatest superhero movie. That's the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
What is the greatest superhero movie you've ever seen?
This would be it as well. Best.
All right. So we got that down. All right, Justin. So thank you, man. We know it was a good discussion we had here. You have any final thoughts? Little things you want to plug real quick? Plug
I
yourself.
thought we were talk Spider-Verse, but I guess we can save that for another video.
Yeah, we'll do another
That's a long
video on that.
discussion.
Yeah, because this is an hour and 30 minutes already.
Oh, have we been in that long?
Yeah, you can't see the counter.
I have something to eat. I'm starving.
Bro, we had like 20 people watching us at one point.
Where the fuck
Yeah.
happened to them? Where'd they go?
People died out at the end. It's the end.
They were like, "Oh goddamn, Ezra, let's leave."
That's Ezra. So plug yourself.
What?
Plug yourself. Put your how do people find you?
Oh, I already told you at the beginning. Check it
Yeah,
out
people are still watching the answer.
Just Be Talking on YouTube and Just Be Gaming. The spaces and all of that.
Nice.
Just Be Gaming for my comedic gaming channel. I mean, it's not so comedic because I'm good at video games, but whenever I talk, there's a lot of banter, so I'm funny, and my friends are funny. Chaz is on there; he's funny.
Yeah.
And then Just Be Talking, where I just sit here and talk about stuff that I watch. Talk about anime, movies, television.
Yep.
I put out something at least every time something comes out, pretty much. So about every other week, maybe I'll put something out.
Nice. So there you go. Just be talking, Just Be Gaming. Follow him. He's very good. He's getting up there. I'm telling you, his channel is growing crazy right now. It's nuts. It's growing faster than me when I was at that point. So that's pretty good. So you know where you find me, guys. ONE4EGO. Everything. It's everywhere. Just put ONE4EGO. I'm the only ONE4EGO on the internet. Thank the Lord, because I went through a bunch of different names. Finally found something that nobody has. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and let us know in the comments down below Let us know what you guys think about this movie. If you hate Ezra Miller, I don't care. I would love to hear what your thoughts are.
Yeah,
All right?
talk about the movie. We don't
Talk
care
about the movie. We don't talk, we just talk about the movie. Tell us your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. What's your favorite Batman of all time? All right, guys. I will see you later. Peace.
Peace.